Good morning, everyone. It's Georgia here. I'm a consulting astrologer. I offer astrology readings and tarot on my website, www.georgiavallejos.com. I also like to look at the charts of people that are in the news, famous people, just to see who they are, what they're about. I do want to say I don't look into the charts very personally. Like, I don't want to look into their personal lives. I feel like that's invasive and not good ethics. Mostly I look into their public lives and how they present themselves publicly, and you know, how they are within the context of their jobs. So to look at somebody too personally, which we can do, but I don't want to do that. So anyway, today I want to take a look at Pete Buttigieg, because he really fascinates me. I really like him. I think he's great, and I don't want to get too political. His political views are his political views. I'm not going to get into that either. I just want to look at his basic chart and see who is this man. What does he have to offer? So let's start with that. So let's see. From my notes here, Pete Buttigieg was born on January 19th in 1982. And that kind of made me smile because that was this exact same year my son was born, later on in September. So that makes him 38. I ran the chart for 9:00 p.m. just because that was the chart that I had looked up, but that we don't know his birth time. So there's a lot we can't really tell from his chart because we don't know his birth time. And that would be like the house positions and his rising sign or ascendant. He was born in South Bend, Indiana. He was a graduate of Harvard and Oxford University on a Rhodes Scholarship. So this man is obviously very intelligent. His parents, they both had higher educational degrees. I believe his father was a professor. And his father was from Malta, and Pete holds Maltan citizenship for both countries. He served in the Navy as a lieutenant, an intelligence officer, and an Afghan war veteran. And he was the mayor of South Bend from 2012 to 2020, which very young. He must have been elected when he was around 30, right after his Saturn return. Interesting. It's like that at that point his life took on real seriousness. He ran for president in 2020. He also got some experience for that because he worked on campaigns for people like John Kerry and a few others. Kerry in 2004. He was the first openly gay candidate for president. So he really, and he did pretty well considering his youth and being gay, which is an impediment to some populations in the United States. So he did pretty well. I don't think we've by any means seen the last of Pete Buttigieg. I think Mayor Pete has a brilliant future ahead of him, and he's very articulate, and he's become the Democratic Party bulldog. Basically, they kind of send him out to attack and respond to some of the things that are being said. So he's done pretty well at that too. His sun is in Capricorn at 29 degrees, 40 minutes. And that's an anorectic degree, meaning that it's a critical degree. It's the last minutes of the sign of Capricorn. So, which means that, he may have, in past lives, may have been a Capricorn sun before. And this is kind of like his last ditch bid to learn all about Capricorn. His moon is in Sagittarius, and we do not know his rising sign. So I don't know. It could be a lot of different things. it would have to be rectified, and I don't do rectifications. Very very precise form of astrology. So anyway, most of his chart is on one hemisphere, and I like I said, I don't know which. I tend to think that it would be in the around the midheaven, because of his public service and being called so soon, which would give him I guess a morning birth, because right now having it at 9 o'clock p.m. It puts it in the bottom area of the chart, and I don't know that fits, but we don't know, so I'm just venturing a guess. So the interesting things on his chart, he has his Mercury in Aquarius. Mercury is your brain, your thinking, your communication skills. And in Aquarius is a very forward sign. They're also, Aquarians are very sensitive, I think, and they are also very psychic. And also they're ahead of the times. So his thinking is probably ahead of the times of the people in the United States. He's he had the courage to run as an openly gay man, and that's kind of Aquarian. I at first I thought, with so many people against gay marriage and everything, would it work out for him? But he actually did very well. So I think his forward thinking was a good thing, and he put it into place. He actually did it. So Mercury, Venus is also in Aquarius at 1 degree. Venus is how you love, and there again he has some pretty forward thinking ideas, and I'm not going to venture a guess as to what they are. Mars is in Libra, Mars is your power. In Libra, it would be in mediation, in law, in justice. Libra is justice, partnership, working in partnership. And that's where he finds his power, in the ability to mediate, harmonize, and make negotiate between people, which would make him good in government service, because he has that ability. Mars, Jupiter is in Scorpio. Now the outer planets are generational, so Jupiter is in Scorpio, Saturn is in Libra, Pluto is in Libra, Neptune and Uranus are in Sagittarius. Neptune is conjunct the asteroid Juno, which is the asteroid for marriage. And Neptune conjunct Juno is wanting spirituality in your marriage and partnerships, and he may or may not, I don't know him, so I'm not going to venture a guess to that. He's got Uranus exactly, like almost within 9 minutes, 3 degrees and 9 minutes apart. Moon Uranus, which again goes back to that Mercury in Aquarius, his emotional life, which is the moon, his need for emotional gratification comes through Sagittarius, which is adventure, truth, justice, travel. The need to help people, Sagittarius being the sign of the minister. Conjunct Uranus, his emotions can be erratic at times, and that's something that people in close proximity to him in his life would know. Again, it's not for me to go there. He also has Chiron in Taurus. Chiron in Taurus is a lone asteroid. That means that as a child, his values and belief systems and his home life. There might have been some sort of disconnect when he was young. May have been because he was gay. I don't know. North Node is in Cancer, meaning North Node, what he came here to do as a soul. South Node, what he had mastered in the past. And the South Node is conjunct his Sun at 29 degrees, which tells me that in past lives, he'd done the Capricorn thing, and he probably mastered it. There was just maybe one more thing, that he came to get past it. May have gotten needed to get past it in his last life too, and it didn't happen. So Capricorn is, government, it's perfection, it's work related, it's institutions, it's kind of a masculine sign. And in past lives he may have done the whole government thing, or lived in a commune, or like maybe a group that was sequestered from society, or that rules society. It's interesting because that's his past life. And usually the South Nodes, they don't even really come into play until you get past the Uranus opposition, which he hasn't. So he needs to come to his North Node, but this may happen in the second part of his life. His North Node is in Cancer, and that is the sign of nurturing, of mothering, of family, of clan, belonging to a clan. And the interesting thing is, it's square to Saturn, his North Node, square to Pluto, and in conjunct Juno, which means that, his ability to find his clan and to be the nurturing person, and to, be a mother in a way, it's challenged. It's definitely challenged. Saturn is in Libra, so it's challenged through marriage. It's in conjunct Neptune and Juno conjunction. It may be the whole gay marriage issue. Society having been legally against it for so long, and gay people not being able to be married. And definitely his whole reason for being here is caught up in his partnership issues and his marital things. And I'm not saying that they're issues for him. They're not. And they're not issues for the majority of American society. It's just that there's been a very small vocal group controlling, the lives of gay people. And this is definitely part of his process of getting to his North Node. And an inconjunct and a square are not comfortable aspects. So a lot of his learning to be who he is comes through these issues of marriage and partnership, and gay marriage and partnership. And he may be one of the people who will change society in some way, change society to accept gay marriage, and to accept that all people are free to choose to love as they do, whatever their sexual orientation may be. He may have something to do with changing that, I think, because he will learn through the inconjuncts and the squares, and it will allow him to help society to move towards a more just, which is Libra, just, which is Venus and Aquarius, a more progressive view of marriage, and that might be part of his soul purpose in being here. So I think for Pete Buttigieg, there's a lot going on in his chart. He's here for a very specific purpose, And it's through his learning he will bring this to society, because he's so out there in society and so visible and so getting his point across, being very verbal, being very progressive, and into the new age. And hopefully this will be an age when you can love and believe and live for equality, when there's true equality in this country. And that's what we're fighting for right now. We're fighting for true equality on so many different levels. Equality for black, brown people, equality for gay and LGBTQ, whatever those initials are. For those people, all looking for equality. And in the future, in the 21st century, when we get past this sort of backwards backlash that we're experiencing right now, we will move towards true equality. And him being so young at 38, he will be one of those people who actually work towards this and help to move us into the next level of a more equal and just society. So I hope you enjoyed my little ideas about Pete Buttigieg. These are my thoughts. So feel free to make your own decisions. And if you're an astrologer, look up his chart, see what you think. But I do feel that he will play a big part in the future to bring us into the 21st century, where we're definitely not right now. We're somewhere back in the in the back of the mid-century, 2019. Mid-century being the 1900s, 1950s, which seems to be where we are right now. So Pete's got a big role to play, and I think we'll be seeing more of him. And I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are too. Blessings.